Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. We are November 2nd. This is getting exciting, guys. We're getting to the end of the year. We're getting every day closer to our official launch in January. It's going to be fun. So, if you haven't heard, hopefully you have, but if you haven't, this next Wednesday on the 6th of November, we're going to have a major event here in Utah. It will also be live streamed, so you can find out more about that at rNetwork.live. Go there. You can sign up to either buy your ticket if you're going to come in person, or you can buy access to watch it over the internet for $2. So definitely worth doing. Why? Well, we're going to hear from the 5 creators. Okay, 5 creators of our network. So we've got Mr. Richard Smith, of course, our president. He's going to be talking to us. He's going to talk about our compensation model and some improvements to how that's going to work. Going to talk about the Me and 3 bonus and some improvements to that, which is very, very exciting. And you're all going to be in love with everything he's going to talk about. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. And then we're going to hear from Troy Muhlstein, who's also going to clarify some things as far as the comp plan goes and what's going on with the commissions and all those things. And then we're going to hear from Mr. Trent Walker, who is our fintech guy, right? He's our technology guy. He's the one that's doing everything with all the programming in the background and making sure that we're ready to go for our launch in January. So he's going to talk about the app, right? We keep hearing about this app that we're going to get on our phone, and that will be basically our back office, and it'll be all the things that we're dealing with, the different platforms that we're dealing with, the rewards, and you guys saw the email that went out, right? It talks about how the rewards is being replaced with perks, and so he's going to talk all about that and how it's going to work. And then we're also going to hear from, and I think he might introduce the bankers, right? So the guys in charge of the banking side of things, they're going to be there, and they're going to talk to us. They're going to tell us what's going on and why they're involved and how come they're so excited about everything we're doing. It's going to be fun, and how we're going to do the onboarding process and all of that. So they'll be there. That's going to be fun. And then, of course, we'll get to hear from Mr. Roger Taylor, who's our marketing guy. He's going to talk about our new website, and the updates on the website. And then it's actually going to talk about what products we have right now, the concierge services and all that stuff. And then we're going to hear from Kevin Wiscombe, who's going to talk about our new perks thing, right, and the new travel portal and all those things. So it's going to be really good. Really good, guys. You don't want to miss it, because and we'll probably have of course, Dave Dove will be there. He's our the voice of our network, and he's going to be talking about some of the new things we've got, like as far as the new video. We have a new 5-minute video, and a new comp plan video, and I think they're going to have these other shorter little 30-second videos for each of the different products, right? So we'll have our autos video, and we'll have our mobile video, and we'll have the mortgages video, right? So all the different kind of concierge services, everything, that's all going to have a video, a little short 30-second video. We're going to have new PDF stuff. I mean, that's all kinds of cool things, right? New website, new videos, new presentation. It's going to be awesome. Okay, and then for the international folks, right, you're going to finally hear about some of the things you're going to be able to do. The new travel portal. Awesome. Okay. Awesome, guys. So for you in international, here's my message to you, right? So up until now, it's been limited. We know that, right? It's been pre-launch, and the existing travel portal was okay. It was good, right? People were saving all kinds of money, just on hotels and stuff, but it wasn't enough, right? There needed to be a little bit more. So the new travel portal has all of that. It has hotels, it has flights, it has cruises, it has car rentals, it has other things, right? There's just really cool things that are available on the new travel portal that you guys are going to be in love with. So, for international, you're finally going to have a product that you can feel proud of. Okay. And you might be asking, is there other stuff for international? not on the 6th. Okay, so this 6th, that's all you're pretty much getting is now this is not, and I'm talking about everything besides U.S. and Canada. Canada, on the other hand, you guys are going to be rocking and rolling. You're going to have the full-on perks thing. Don't worry. So for U.S. Canada, good to go. But for the rest of the world, other countries, the only product you're really going to be able to use is the travel. Okay, now in the near future, okay, we're going to have other things for international, right? There's other stuff coming. Obviously, the perks program will be increased to include other countries. The concierge stuff is going to be looked at. You're going to work on different things to get different products and services for other countries. There's going to be a new shopping component that will work also for international. So there's some other cool things coming for international for sure. And then, of course, the bank account, right? I mean, that's everyone. So once the banking starts to happen and the rev card, and that'll be completely worldwide, right? So lots of cool things coming, guys. It's going to be awesome. International. I hope you've been getting the emails that talk about that the new R Money platform will be released around the 30th. Okay, so the end of this month, you guys will be able to start getting paid. So everybody worldwide will be able to cash out on their commissions, just the same way here in the United States. We do a bank transfer. For international, there could be certain countries could do bank transfers. It could be that you have it sent to a local convenience store and you pick it up in cash. There's just going to be lots of cool different options for international to get paid. So by the end of this month, you guys, I think we're going to really be able to say, yep, we are good to go throughout the entire world, right? Because we're in 7 countries, something like that, and it's going to get exciting. It's going to get real exciting. So then, of course, the goal, right? So we're going to have this 2-month period from November 6th to January 6th, and then we're launching in January, right? What does the launch mean? Well, it means that we're going to have the app, right? So that's what means. Okay, we're going to have not the rev card, not the fancy smart card. No, that's still later on next year sometime. Okay, but we'll at least have the bank account. The goal is to have at least the plastic version of the rev card and to have the app on your phone, so the full-on back office and all the components, everything ready to go. That's what launches. Okay, so in January, expect that. No, there's not going to be a big event on the 6th somewhere, right? No, that we'll probably do some kind of other big thing later, maybe February, March, somewhere in there, where we have everybody come in. It'll be a big thing. But no, the January 6th launch, probably not, right? I mean, we might do something here local, just kind of small here in Utah, but it's not going to be the big, giant launch party. That'll be a little bit later, okay, in the beginning of the year. So cool stuff, though, because right at the beginning of January, we will have that. There are going to be some cool announcements about a promo, right, that you don't want to miss, that basically says, hey, from November 6th to January 6th, take advantage, get your 3, right? Get your 3, because if you do, wow. There's some really cool stuff that you're going to be able to get for getting your 3. So take advantage. Get your 3 now if you can. Get it now, because that'll call, and you don't have to get brand new 3 people. No, if you already have 3 or if you already have 10, you're good to go. You're set. But if you don't have your 3 yet, wow, get going, right? And you'll be happy you did. So lots of cool things coming. It's going to be fun. The new perks, awesome. The new travel, even better than what we've had before, and it's amazing, okay? You will see that it's like, seriously, the best pricing on the planet, okay? And they're going to have a little brochure that talks about why that is, but it's cool, okay? It really is the cheapest travel you will ever find, okay? And I'm going to let them talk about it at our launch meeting, so, or launch before the launch, or it's actually, I think they're calling it the countdown to the launch, right? That's the word. That's the right phrase. Countdown to the launch starts November 6th. Don't miss it. It's going to be super fun. Okay. Lots of cool things, new products, new platforms, new marketing, and new compensation, and a promo that, like we like to joke around, is going to knock your socks off. Okay. So anyway, I'm excited. It's going to be so fun. I'm loving it. And finally, I feel like we're going to have people making some serious money. Yeah, some serious money. Oh, the other thing you probably saw, the rMeds thing, right? So the discounts on prescriptions coming. That's coming, and that's going to be huge. That's going to be so huge because it doesn't only work on normal human prescriptions, but also for animals, right? For pets. So dogs, cats, or if you have horses, right? People that have horses or cattle or whatever, right? You can actually get discounts on those kinds of medicines. So if you know any ranchers, right, or anybody that has horses or something, let them know about this because they're going to be able to do it. They're going to be able to save some good money. And all that money from the prescriptions, right, that goes into the pool, right? So you have this pool, okay, and it's going to be awesome, right? I'm going to let them talk about it at the meeting on Wednesday, what it all means. But, yeah, so just so you know, a lot of the things, right? So somebody buys a car, some of it goes into the pool, some of it goes into the team building structure, right? Pays up the tree. Somebody gets or switches their cell phone service, a little bit goes into the pool, so the rest of it goes up the tree, right? Getting paid. That's awesome. We're going to get paid on all these things, right? Somebody refinances their home, okay, going into the pool. What's the other things we have? Oh yeah, I think that's it for now. There's others that will be announced. But anyway, cool stuff, guys. Way cool stuff. And then, of course, once the bank account comes out and we're swiping the card, right, money going up the tree, right? And maybe some of it going in the pool. I don't know. They haven't determined that yet. But needless to say, it's awesome. Everything we're doing, everything that's coming, it's going to be so fun. And we're going to be able to literally change our future. Okay? So we're talking about a basically 60-day run, okay, 2 months from November 6th to January 6th to go out and accomplish our goal of getting 3 at least, right? Of course, if you're a leader, if you want to change your life forever, then we're going to talk about today the building an empire, okay? Building an empire and what it means to do a 60-day challenge, right? 60-day challenge, 2 months, right? Can you replace your full-time income in 60 days? You can, right? We're going to talk about it. We're going to give some ideas on how you could literally do that, right? I did it. in about 6, well, I guess it was about 90 days, but we were in pre-launch. So it's possible. I know it's possible because I'm now making what we would call full-time income, right, with our network, and it's awesome. And we did it in about 90 days. Okay. Now we've been into this. What's it been? About 5.5 months now that we've been really kind of doing this. And so, of course, it keeps growing, right? But yeah, it's it's so fun. Full-time income in 90 days. It can be done, right? There's people doing it. Okay. So it's just a matter of belief. And I believe that with everything that's launching this next Wednesday, it will be that much easier, okay? With all the concierge stuff, with the new things, with the rMeds coming out, with the new travel, the new savings portal, the new way the compensation plan is going to work. Yep, guys, get ready. You can do it. And like I say, in 60 days, you know what? If you don't quite pull it off in 60 days, that's okay because you're going to land pretty high anyway, right? Just like they say, shoot for the stars. So if you don't hit it, you'll land pretty high anyway. Well, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about how for the next 60 days, you can transform yourself into a leader. And that's the key. Leaders can earn so much money. Leaders can really change everything, right? And it's taking your destiny into your own hands, right? Taking your financial future into your own hands and going for it, okay? And just being able to say, hey, I'm not satisfied with how much I'm making at my job. I'm not satisfied with the fact that somebody else, some other company, has control over how much I can make, right? Because they have probably set policies, and this is how much an IT professional can make. This is how much an accountant can make, and this is how much whatever, right? They just have these ideas, and then you're stuck at that, right? You're just stuck, and then the only way to do it is to get more experience, to work your way up the corporate ladder. It takes you years and years, get more schooling or whatever before they can say, okay, yeah, you deserve a raise, right? Well, no, we can't be satisfied with that. We need to take it into our own hands and have the control and be able to say, hey, you know what? If I'm going to go work my butt off, I'm going to go do these things, I should get paid for it, right? I should be able to earn and based off of my efforts and my team's efforts and all of that. Being a leader and having your own home-based business allows you that freedom to go out and go crazy and just do it, all right? And change your life, literally. It's the only way I know of where you can literally have full-time income in about 60 days, right? You could do that. Wow. All right, so let's go ahead and share the screen here. We're going to talk about this, what it takes, and yeah, not easy, but definitely worth it. All right, here we go. All right, welcome everybody to today's presentation from Team Kaizen 360. Today we're going to talk about what it is to build your own empire, okay? The beginning of creating an empire. Now here's some quotes that I really like that will kind of get us into this mindset of what we're talking about today. So Ted W. Engstrom said, although leadership can be difficult to define, the characteristic common to all leaders is the ability to make things happen. Think about that for a minute. Make things happen. Okay. Do you think by making things happen that's valuable, that you could monetize that? Of course. Warren Bennis said, leadership is the ability to translate vision into reality. Okay. Jack Welch said, the job of a leader is to look to the future and see the organization not as it is, but as it should be. Okay. And then William Shakespeare, of all people, said, in our crazy attempts, we renounce who we are for what we hope to be. Okay. That's the beginning, right? Is to recognize that we can all be leaders, that we have that ability to go and make things happen. All right. Now, every success requires being realistic, okay? I don't want it to start on something negative. This is not negative. This is realistic, all right? We're going to go through some of these examples here and talk about that, yes, having success is going to require some ups and downs. It's going to require recognizing that there will be opposition and there will be failures and there will be, obstacles in the path and all that, right? So the first example here in the left, that is an Apple III. Anyone remember the Apple III? Well, here's the story, right? So Steve Jobs, when he started Apple Computer, they had huge success. I mean, they were selling the Apple IIs like crazy. Apple IIs were getting sold into schools, and it was going nuts. And then they had the Macintosh, and that was huge, and just tons of success with that. And then they launched the Apple III, and it was a failure, a major failure. I mean, it was like almost put him out of business, right? It's what pretty much cost Steve Jobs his job, right? And he had to leave Apple, and he got replaced and all that stuff. Now we know what did Steve Jobs do? Did he quit? Did he give up? Did he say, "Oh, that was so sad. Oh, I guess it just wasn't going to work out." Oh, no. he went and tried to do some other stuff, and then he actually got hired back, right? And went back into Apple, and they launched the new iMac, and they got the iPhone going, and turned Apple, now Apple's like the biggest company on the planet, right? So that was an amazing story for me when I heard that. Oh, so he had a failure, and he didn't let that determine his future, right? He actually used it, learned from it, and turned things around, and then was able to be tremendously successful. Okay, and so as we see that, whether it's the owners of the company or it's ourselves, as we see past failures, those don't have to define us, right? Our job is to be realistic and to keep going, right? So same thing, Amazon, right? So this article back 2014, right? Amazon was losing money like crazy. I mean, they had, what did that say? They lost, let's see, 410 and 810 million dollars that quarter, right? Or no, a net loss of 126 million dollars. I mean, it was like, what? So Amazon, right? What we now know is just this powerhouse growing like crazy. They were struggling back in 2014. So yeah, there's always ups and downs, right? And same thing with Facebook. When Facebook launched, their IPO, their stock and everything, and it crashed. And Netflix, right? Netflix, one of the hugest things out there. So 2011, right? There was this doomsdayers. Oh, they lost 800,000 subscribers. Oh, it's the end of the world. Well, it wasn't. They're still around. They're doing okay. And and just everything, right? From Zango to Herbalife to Young Living and doTERRA. I mean, you're going to see it. You're going to see all the different bumps in the road, obstacles, things that happen. There's just issues, okay? So don't think that it's always going to be a smooth ride. It's not. That's why we have to be leaders, because the leaders make things happen, right? The leaders are the ones that have a problem, and then they figure out how to solve it and overcome it. All right. So risk and patience, right? Two important components here. We have to be able to take risks, and we have to be patient. Mark Zuckerberg, who's that? Oh yeah, founder of Facebook, said the biggest risk is not taking a risk. In a world that changes very fast, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is to not take a risk. Steve Jobs said, I am the only person I know who has lost $250 million in a year. It really forms you as an individual. Jeff Bezos, who's that? Founder of Amazon. Oh, yeah. He said, we have had 3 great ideas on Amazon that have lasted for 18 years, and they are the reason we are successful. Put the customer first, innovate, and be patient. And then Chris Angel said, it's funny to look to the past, but my supposed overnight success really took 15 years. I still remember when I didn't have any money, and the only car I had was my mother's Hyundai. Right? So you've heard that phrase. It took me 15 years to be an overnight success. Yeah. Okay. Risk and patience, guys. But it's worth it. Because your playing small does not help the world. Tony Robbins said this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. Playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people don't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So guys, let's do this. Let's play it big. Let's let our light shine. Let's not worry about making other people feel uncomfortable that we're doing so good, that we're having success. No, let's be an example to them, right? That is motivating. That is what we're all about. Being a leader. We are all destined to shine as children do. It's not just in some. It is in everyone. And by letting our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. By being freed from our own fears, our presence frees others. To be successful in business and in life, you have to become a leader. You have to become someone who is willing to shine and elevate those around you to a higher level. But I need to prepare you, because as soon as you decide to become a leader, you will notice that the people around you will almost instantly try to knock you down. This is why many pretend to be less, because they are afraid that others around them will feel insecure. And because of this, we don't have as many leaders in the world today. Don't let that happen, guys. Be a leader. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that others are going to knock you down. They're going to say stuff about you. It's okay. We have to have posture. We have to stand up for it and shine that light. Then you want to be a guide. J. Abraham said that people are silently begging to be guided. And I believe that is very true, and that those of us who are willing to stand up and be leaders will be the ones who make the money and have the ability to change the lives of others. So here are 3 things that will help you play bigger in this life. First of all, lengthen your line. I want to share this first story because it will be very important for you for 2 reasons. The first is how you will see the successes around you, and the second is to understand why people try to lower you when you are having more success in your life. This story comes from a book I bought when I was 20 years old. It's called Zen and Martial Arts by Joe Hyams. One part says, I was practicing kumite with a more capable opponent. To try to compensate for my lack of experience, I started to try kicks that allowed him to easily defeat me. My opponent was much more prepared, and Parker watched as he beat me easily. At the end of the fight, I was very discouraged. Parker invited me to his small office, a small room with some old furniture. Why are you so discouraged? He asked. Well, because I couldn't get a point. Parker got up from his desk and with the chalk made a line on the floor about 3 feet long. How can you make this line shorter? He asked. I studied the line and gave him several answers, including cutting the line into pieces. He shook his head and drew another line, longer than the first. Now, what does the first line look like? Shorter, I replied. Parker inclined his head. It's always better to increase your own line or knowledge than to try to cut your opponent's line. He then led me to the door and said, think about what I just said. So, when you see someone more successful than you, there are 2 ways to reach their level. You can either lengthen your own line, or you can try to lower them to your level. Unfortunately, most take the second option. Don't let this happen to you. Look at what the successful do and follow the model so you can increase your own line. And always remember that the more successful you become, there will be more people who want to lower you to their level. Your finest hour. Here's another phrase that Winston Churchill said. Every man arrives in his life at that amazing moment when he is touched on the shoulder and is offered to do something very special, unique to him and perfect for his talents. What a tragedy if that moment finds him without preparation or without qualification for what would be his finest moment. Success does not come overnight. It comes from a lot of work and preparation. In what is most likely the most powerful call to courage ever pronounced, Winston Churchill, having been elected as England's Prime Minister, went to the House of Commons with this statement. I would say to the House, as I have said to those who have joined this government, I have nothing more to offer but blood, labor, tears, and sweat. We have before us a most serious dilemma. We have many long months of struggle and suffering ahead of us. They ask, what is our policy? I tell you what it is. It is to make war by sea, land, and air with all our strength and strength that God can give us. This is our policy. They ask, what is our goal? I can answer in one word. Victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory no matter how long and hard the road. As a leader and someone who is going to live to the fullest, you have to realize that there will be moments in your life when the tasks seem almost impossible. Unfortunately, most people in these circumstances give up and look for an easier way. Do not let this happen to you. Fight for your dreams. Don't give up. I've talked about 3 important principles that will help you to be a great leader and live life to the fullest. The first is always to increase your line. The second is to increase your knowledge. And the third is to fight for a victory, no matter how long or hard the road. We need to set the goal. I want to challenge you today to set a goal of being a leader. Decide today that you will be a better person. Dream big, and then focus to make your dreams come true. Thus, you are going to do your part to change the world. When you start living a life at a higher level, you will help others to rise to your level as well. And by letting our light shine, we will give others permission to do the same. So, what is the 60-day plan? It's a 100% guaranteed plan that will bring results for your business and your personal development. The plan is, as its name says, is 60 days. It's not 50, nor 40, nor 20, nor 10. It is 60 extreme days where we will put our activity at maximum speed. With this plan, a committed person can earn full-time income in just 60 days. You guys know that for a jet plane to take off, it uses 20% of the fuel just in the takeoff. Okay? So, if you want to launch your business, if you want to launch something that's going to be huge and it's going to fly high, you need to put in a lot of effort right in the beginning, right? That's what we're talking about. 60-day challenge. Just give it all you got for 60 days. Then you can relax. Then you can, just kind of do it. Okay, hey, we're just guiding this thing. We're going to keep going normal. But really, if you want it to go fast, if you want it to happen quickly, then do like a airplane takeoff and use up 20% of your fuel in the beginning. So here's the requirements. 100% commitment. 100% consistency. It is 8 weeks, okay? A lot of concentration is going to be needed. You're going to have passion and emotion overflowing and to the fullest for 8 weeks, guys. You got to attend all the team events and trainings, all of them. You got to be on every day. You will have to change your social circles, enter into entrepreneurship groups, network marketing groups, and all the different social networks. You're going to have to change your pictures on social media that do not show professionalism. Okay? Seriously. It's, for guys, it would be get a picture of you in a shirt and a tie, right? Women, get something that looks professional, right? None of this, is having some I'm just going to put the logo of my company on there or any of that stuff. No, no. You need to be a professional. People only want to follow somebody that looks successful. So get a professional picture on there. You're going to need a Facebook account. Yes, you do. You need to be on Facebook, guys. It's a tool, right? If you say, oh, I don't do Facebook, well, then guess what? You're not going to be successful. Sorry. Sorry to be mean, but that's how it's done. That's how it's done nowadays. Okay, and so you just need to get on there. But Facebook's going to steal my information. No, Facebook's only going to steal what you put on there. If you're not putting on anything personal, then no. And but I'm going to see weird stuff on there. No, it depends on who you friend, right? Now, Facebook only is going to show you the things that you're interested in. So don't be scared of that. Okay, and then meet 10 new people daily. The only way I know of to really do that and meet 10 new people daily is using Facebook or other social media. All right. I guess you could go over to the Walmart or grocery store or something and meet 10 new people, but it's kind of weird. You need numbers. You need numbers. That's why you need a Facebook or something similar, Twitter or whatever, right? But that's how you're going to do it. Meet 10 new people daily. Okay. So here's the agenda. You're going to do a calendar, and my recommendation, here you go. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, you're going to do a presentation, right? So you know that we have corporate presentations going on, but you got to do your own. You just got to, right? So you get your Zoom account, okay? It's free, totally free. Everything on here is free, right? Totally duplicatable. Get your Facebook account, get your Zoom account. Free Zoom account. You can get on there and they give you 40 minutes at a time. That's more than enough Just get on every single day. Well, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is my recommendation, right? And just do it, right? Doesn't have to be an hour. Do from 7 to 7:30, right? Or even just if you want to be shorter than that, just 15 minutes. Doesn't matter. Just get on there. But the point is, be consistent, okay? Be consistent. Invite your people. Create your Facebook groups. Get your people. That's your Facebook groups is your contact list. That's how you announce things. That's how you get the word out to people. You could do a text blast if you want, but the point is you're doing it every single Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Then you're doing some training, right? Because those that train learn. So you just pick a topic. Hey, today I want to talk about recruiting, and you go study it out and you find out how you're going to present on training, what your training is going to be on. And it could be, just 10-minute training. Doesn't matter, right? 10, 15 minutes. Just talk about a subject that you've learned about from, just Google it, right? Google some thing and find an article and train on that. But do it, because as you train on it, you will learn it and you will start to internalize it and it will become yours, okay? So you're doing your own presentations, you're listening to the corporate presentations, you're joining other people's presentations, and you're doing your own training, and that for all the next 60 days, okay? Okay, so here's what would happen, right? So if you go and get 10 people a day, right, and then you got your 3 people on your team, and they're going and getting 10 people a day, so that's a total of 40 a day, all right? So at the end of a week, you're going to have a total of 240 prospects between you and your 3 generals, okay? And now if you filter those, let's just assume that only half of them decide to do it. Well, then you've still got 480 people that you've talked to in the first month. Okay, or even let's just 20%. Even just 20% of the people do it are interested. That's 192. Okay, 192 people in your first 4 weeks. Okay, that's a great start. All right, so then we're going to create momentum. Right, so every day we're not going to sleep until we meet the goal. We got our 10 new daily prospects, 5 new acquaintances. Right, we're going to do our daily meetings. Okay. Either one of your own or one of the team. We're going to be organized, we're going to be focused, we're going to be passionate, and we're going to be professional. Okay, that's how you create momentum. So when you create momentum, you can literally change your life, right? So here's what it looks like. The victory begins with you, and it starts right now. Okay, so week 1, got your 3. Week 2, you help those 3 get their 3, you have 12. Now, week 3, you got your 3 and your 15, and you help those 12 get theirs, and that's 48, right? And it just keeps going like this, right? You just keep going. Week 4, 164. So now you've made $460 in your first month, okay? Not bad. Then week 5 starts, right? So now by then, now you got your 10, right? Because you got your 3 plus 3 plus your 3 plus your 1. Now you have 10. Now you start helping, and it keeps growing. All right, and you're helping everybody else get their 3 and then their 10 and so on all the way until the end by week 7, okay? So almost at the end of the 60 days, guess what? You now have over 5,000 people on your team, okay? And you will now have made in commissions $23,000 by the end of month 2. $23,000 in 60 days. And your residual income is now over $16,000 a month. Is that full-time income? Yeah, for a lot of people, that's actually triple full-time income, right? Yeah, that's as a professional IT Microsoft certified systems engineer, right? Guess what? Yeah, you can expect to make about $60,000 a year or about $5,000 a month. Okay, so $16,000 a month, is that more than full-time income for a professional computer systems engineer? Yeah, it's triple. Holy cow, right? Actually, it's just 6 weeks, so a month and a half, right? You have the $4,000, almost $5,000 a month. But by week 7, if it just duplicates one more time, 16,000, and then it just keeps going. So, guys, seriously, you can do it. If you follow all those things I just talked about, you decide, yes, I'm going to be a leader. You decide, yes, I'm going to overcome the obstacles. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to do all these things. Then, you know what? You go for it. You say, yep, I'm going to do the 60-day challenge. I'm going to get on and I'm going to find my 3. I'm going to help those 3 get their 3. I'm going to go crazy with my my Zooms that I'm going to do every day. I'm going to attend either the ones that somebody else is doing, or I'm going to do my own. I'm going to do some training. I'm going to create my Facebook group. I'm going to get all my people in there. I'm going to motivate them. 60 days. By the end of 60 days, you can be making more than full-time income. So guys, let's do it. It's not that hard. It really isn't. It just takes dedication, consistency, courage, right? To get on there and put yourself out there. But it can be done. It can. Tons of people have done it. Millions of people have done this. And they've done it in companies that are like way harder than our company. They've done it in companies where it's way more expensive to be involved, right? So seriously, this is possible. And even if it took a little bit longer than 60 days, guess what? Shoot for the stars, because if you don't hit them, you'll land pretty high anyway. You'll be in a great start, great position. So let's go out. Let's do it. Let's push. Let's launch, right? Let's do that 20% of the fuel it takes to get into the air, and we will be so grateful. We'll be so grateful when we're finally making a decent income, right? Extra, that. Look at that. Even if it was just an extra $460 a month after just 4 weeks, wouldn't that be life-changing? It would. So, my friends, I'm so excited for you to be able to get started. Let's do this 60-day challenge. Let's start. Don't wait till next week. Let's just do it now. Let's just go for it, right? And I promise you, you will achieve your dreams and goals. Like I said, it's 100% guaranteed if you just do it. But you got to do it, and you got to be consistent and not quit. Okay? So with that, thanks so much, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.